Parsons City Commissioners are now looking at a 2018 budget that would hold the line on taxes by using an additional month of revenue from a sales tax to aid the general fund. The commissioners heard during a Tuesday budget work session that without raising taxes, and with a 5 to 7% increase in health insurance and a 2% raise for city employees, that a proposed 2018 budget would leave only about $400 in cash reserves at the end of the year. That isn't feasible, so City Manager Debbie Lamb presented some other ideas, including raising property taxes by $1 million or $2 million, infusing the general fund with an extra month's revenue from the Public Safety Capital Improvement Project sales tax, or a combination of both. During a Thursday afternoon budget work session, however, Lamb said she had adjusted some personnel line items and came up with projected cash reserves of $154,638.79. She said she had been taught to conservatively budget to allow more cushion in case additional money is needed, but she revised the budget to more closely match current staffing levels. "I threw out the window the mill increase because I don't think anybody wants to go that route," Lamb said. She then proposed to add the additional month of revenue from the sales tax to bring the budgeted unencumbered cash at the end of 2018 to $304,638.79. One distribution from the sales tax to the general fund would come from December 2018. The city normally transfers 1 month, or about $75,000, from the tax to the general fund in the last month of each year. The second distribution for the 2018 general fund would come from 2017, so that 2 months of 2017 sales tax revenue would go to the general fund, one for this year's budget and one for the 2018 budget. Mayor Kevin Cruz said he had spoken to Lamb about the budget earlier and decided the additional month of sales tax revenue was the only palatable option for him. The other commissioners agreed. On Monday evening during their regular meeting, the commissioners will consider setting a public hearing on the budget for 6 p.m. August 21. Although the city has referred to a half-cent sales tax that began in 2014 as a public safety sales tax, the language that voters approved actually states the tax is to be used for public services and to keep the property tax down. Commissioner Bill Hoagland said when staff and commission discussed the tax, they agreed it could be used for the general fund, with some of the money also going toward public safety purchases such as new police and fire vehicles. Commissioner Tom Shaw agreed, but he said he is concerned the public perception is that the tax is for public safety only. However, he said, the public is better served if additional money from the tax goes to the general fund so that the property tax isn't increased. There's a third option, too. You either raise the mill levy or you cut personnel, and both of those are off the table in my eyes, Cruz said. Commissioner Hoagland agreed that cutting personnel or raising the mill levy shouldn't be considered, leaving only the option of adding a month of sales tax revenue to the general fund. To me, that's the only option. I mean, we're not going to raise the mill levy. We're not going to cut personnel. That money is sitting there. It was stated when it was voted on that we could use it for the general fund, Hoagland said. Commissioner Jeff Perez said he doesn't want to raise the mill levy, but he is not opposed to looking at headcount changes, noting that it happens all over the nation. Commissioner Dan Goddard said the city would have to be careful in making personnel cuts because police and fire personnel make up the biggest amounts in the budget, and safety and security should be the top priority. Shaw said studying the proper staffing levels should be an ongoing practice for any organization, although he didn't advocate cutting personnel. Shaw said the city could make up some ground by having employees pay a portion of their health insurance premiums. The city pays for all of the workers' health insurance premiums now. However, Shaw said he's not sure the city wants to do that because some of the lower-paid employees have to work under some adverse conditions for $10 or $11 an hour. Cruz said there are other options to explore, such as looking into self-funded insurance or raising the deductible. Lamb said single coverage for employees costs about $6,000 per year per worker. Hoagland said the city definitely needs to rebid its insurance this year to ensure it is getting the best rate. Although the public still has a chance to weigh in on the 2018 budget before it is adopted, only one person from the public has attended any of the budget work sessions. I've been extremely disappointed in public input on the budget, Goddard said.